Money. It's everywhere, in your pocket, on your phone, in the decisions you make every day. It decides what you eat, where you live, and even how safe you feel. But what is money? And how did we get from trading cows and chickens to sending invisible coins across the internet? This is the story of money, how it started, how it changed, and where it's going next. Chapter 1. Life before money. Picture a small village thousands of years ago. No bills, no coins, no banks. People lived by barter. You grew grain. I raised chickens. Someone else made clay pots. We traded, grain for eggs, eggs for pots. But barter had problems. What if you didn't want my eggs? What if the value wasn't equal? What if you wanted to trade today, but I didn't need anything until next month? Barter was slow, clumsy, and couldn't scale. Human societies needed something better, something portable, durable, and trusted. And that's where money began. Chapter 2. The Power of Gold. Around 5,000 years ago, the first forms of money appeared, precious metals. Gold, silver, copper. Why gold? It was rare, but not too rare. It didn't rust or decay. And it was shiny. Humans love shiny things. By 600 BCE, the Lydians, in what is now Turkey, created the first official coins. These coins changed everything. Now you could trade with anyone, anywhere, without long negotiations. Money became universal trust. Empires rose and fell on gold reserves. Rome's roads, China's silk trade, the great kingdoms of India and the Middle East, all powered by gold and silver. For thousands of years, gold was more than wealth. It was security. It was power. And it was the foundation of economies. Chapter 3. The birth of paper. Money gold was powerful, but it was heavy. Traveling merchants and traders needed something lighter. Enter paper money. The first paper notes appeared in 7th century China under the Tang dynasty. By the Song dynasty, these jiaozi notes were common. The idea was simple but revolutionary. A piece of paper representing gold or silver stored safely elsewhere. This innovation spread slowly. Europe adopted paper money centuries later as global trade expanded. By the 1600s, banks in Sweden and England were printing notes. For the first time, money was no longer a thing. It was a promise. And that promise built empires. Chapter 4. The Rise of Banks and Modern Finance. As economies grew, so did the need for safe storage and lending. Banks emerged as vaults for gold and silver, then evolved into financial powerhouses. The Bank of England was founded in 1694. The New York Stock Exchange opened in 1792. The concept of credit began to shape society. Borrow now, pay later. Fast forward to the 20th century, credit cards revolutionized spending. Diners Club launched the first card in 1950. American Express followed in 1958. Money became less physical, more abstract. It wasn't coins or paper anymore. It was numbers in a ledger, trust written in ink. Chapter 5. Economic booms and crises. Money is a story we tell ourselves, but sometimes that story breaks. The Great Depression of 1929 showed how fragile financial systems could be. The Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944 pegged global currencies to the US dollar, itself backed by gold. Then, in 1971, President Nixon removed the gold standard entirely. From that moment, money wasn't tied to gold at all. It became fiat, valuable only because governments said so and people believed it. This system fueled massive growth, but also bubbles, crashes, and debt crises. Chapter 6. The Digital Revolution. By the late 20th century, technology began to reshape money. ATMs appeared. Online banking arrived. And by the early 2000s, platforms like PayPal and digital wallets were changing how we spent, sent, and saved. Today you can pay for coffee with your phone, send money overseas in seconds, and invest without ever stepping into a bank. Money had finally become pure information. Chapter 7: The Birth of Bitcoin. Then came the crisis of 2008. Banks collapsed. Trust evaporated. People began to question the very system that controlled their money. And in that moment, a mysterious figure, or group, known as Satoshi Nakamoto, released a paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. The idea? A currency controlled by no government. Transactions verified by blockchain, a decentralized digital ledger. A system where math, not politics, created trust. At first, Bitcoin was a curiosity. In 2010, someone famously bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. Today, those Bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Bitcoin ignited a revolution, spawning thousands of other cryptocurrencies, from Ethereum to Solana to Dogecoin. And suddenly money was no longer just physical or digital. It was programmable. Chapter 8: The Future of Money. Where does money go from here? Central bank digital currencies. Governments are experimenting with digital versions of national currencies. Cashless societies, Sweden and South Korea, are already almost cash-free. Financial inclusion. Billions of people without bank accounts are accessing money through mobile phones. But with progress come questions. Who controls digital money? What happens to privacy? And will money always be tied to trust? Or will it one day be fully automated, a function of code and algorithms? One thing is certain, money will keep changing. Because money is not just coins, paper, or code. Money is trust. Closing thoughts: from gold coins to paper bills, from credit cards to crypto tokens. Money has always been a story, a promise backed by trust. As technology evolves, the story keeps rewriting itself. The next chapter? That depends on us, on what we value, what we trust, and how we choose to trade our time, energy, and dreams.